Thank you, everybody. On behalf of the Revere Police Department, the Mass State Police, Revere Fire, the Revere Beach Partnership, the City of Revere, and all first responders, thank you. Now I'd like to invite Talia Catuli to lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Thank you, Talia. I'm going to ask you guys just to give one more round of applause while I'm standing up here, and that is for Talia, of course. Yes, thank you. All right, one more after that. I'm not going to do a great job of listing all of them, so I'm just going to ask you to bear with me, but the City of Revere and the State of Massachusetts and all of the agencies that support us so we can continue to bring this to you, let's please give them all a round of applause. We could never do this without them. So as I said, the Revere Beach Partnership is thrilled to celebrate 15 years of the festival. We've watched it grow every single year. As a board of volunteers, we come together each year to bring programming to the beach that enhances the economic health, social health, and environmental health of the beach. I'd like to acknowledge our board of directors and our advisory board for their support and their dedication to the partnership's mission. I'm going to run through their names. Rosette Cataldo, Vice President; Jeff Turco, Treasurer; Adrian McGuire, Secretary; John Hamill, Chairman of the International Sand Sculpting Festival; and our committee, Tom Ambrosino, Carol Ty, Jerry D'Ambrosio, Linda DeMeo, Wendy Fox, Charlie DeFrida, Carol Haney, Kathleen Heiser, John LaCroix, Kathy Reinstein, Representative Rosalie Vincent, and Paul Rupp. And now you guys have had enough of me, and I have the pleasure of introducing our host for this evening, Boston 25 news anchor and reporter, Carrie Cavanaugh.
Hello, good evening. I'm so happy to be here tonight at this unique tradition here on the North Shore that of course draws talent from around the country and really around the world. And I love when I can attend events that are flip-flop acceptable, so thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here this evening. I really would like to give a quick round of applause to the sculptors and the art. If you haven't seen it yet, it's amazing. If we can just give it up for them, they work so hard. And really they have amazing weather throughout the week to get their work done. So each year, if you come before, you know that there's always a theme for the centerpiece sculpture. And this year, with the help of the Master Sand Sculptors and the Massachusetts Cultural Council, we've come up with the theme of celebrating literacy. And we'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the children from Revere Public Schools who have excelled in writing by presenting them with the 2018 Carol A. Ty Writing Award. Carol Ty, a legend in these parts. So I'm going to bring Carol Ty up to announce the award recipients, and Mayor Brian Arrigo is going to present the awards along with Superintendent Dr. Diane Kelly.
It is my pleasure to introduce these scholars to you. They make us in the city of Revere, in Revere Public Schools, extremely proud for their academic success and just for their basic decency, concern, and compassion, which has been exhibited in their writing. I call on first the Poet Laureate of Revere High School, Rebecca Villatoro, who will speak on the importance of literacy in our lives and in her own life. Rebecca, please come forward.
Hello, my name is Rebecca, and today I'm here to talk about the importance of literacy. Ever since I was younger, I have been obsessed with reading. I remember I would read up to 5 books in a day. Granted, they were much shorter, but I still read a lot. And I remember that if it was a school night, I would wake up at the crack of dawn, and I had this big window in my bedroom, and I would let the light coming in illuminate my books, and I got lost and went on so many adventures. I fought crimes with Captain Underpants. I discovered I was a wimp with the Wimpy Kid. I learned a lot about the natural world with the Magic School Bus, and I went to the Amazonian rainforest and fought with knights with the Magic Treehouse Duo. I loved reading, and reading all these books made me think, what if I wrote? Like, what's the difference between me and this author? Of course, I was 5 years old, so I was fearless, and the first thing that I started to write that was stylistic were songs. And the reason that I chose songs was 3 things. One, I've always loved words. Of course, I loved reading, so I remember I would read books, and if the words were too complicated, I had a dictionary by my hand, and I would be looking up the words. I'm such a nerd. And I was obsessed with playing around with words and making them rhyme. So songs are the perfect place for that, because most songs rhyme. Which is really ironic, because now rhyming poems aren't really my favorite, but back then I was obsessed with figuring out words that rhyme, like pain, gain, lane, all these different words. And the second reason is that I love storytelling. Although I wasn't telling stories that might seem profound to other people, for me they were profound, even if it was just about my day, and that still translates to today. I love storytelling, and that's why I do poetry, because I'm telling my stories, and whenever I perform poems, I'm telling other people's stories, and I'm just their voice, and I think that's so beautiful. And the third reason that I chose to do songs was because I loved performing. Granted, I performed in front of stuffed animals, but still today, I love to perform, which is weird because I'm really shy, but for some reason, when I'm up in front of people, it just kind of goes away, especially when it comes to poetry, because I love figuring out if I'm gonna raise my voice, or if I'm gonna lower my voice, if I'm gonna speak really fast, or if I'm gonna speak really slow, and just playing around with how the author wants me to say the poem. And the reason that I'm saying all of this is because my love for reading got me to here. I didn't know it, but 5-year-old me reading all those books made me love poetry, advocacy, and storytelling. And that's why I'm here today. So I just want to ask you guys, what will reading do for you? Because this is what it's done for me, but what can it do for you? What if you picked up a book and you discovered that you love politics and you decided you wanted to be the next governor? What if you picked up a book and realized you love argumentation and you discovered you wanted to become a lawyer? Reading can do so many things for you if you just open up a book. And I'm saying this for the young kids, but also for parents to encourage their kids to read, because I was always taught that reading was powerful, it was profound, and it was important. And I want to make sure that everybody knows those things. So yeah. I've been talking a lot about loving poetry and loving to perform, so now this is the more scary part of this. I'm going to perform a poem, and the title is Notes on the Art of Poetry by Dylan Thomas, and I think the title is pretty self-explanatory. It's just basically notes on the art of poetry. So yeah. I could have never imagined that there were such going-ons in the world between the covers of books, such sandstorms and ice blasts of words, such tempting peace, such enormous laughter, such and many blinding bright lights, splashing all over the pages in a million bits and pieces, all of which were words, 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 each of which were alive forever, its own delight and glory and oddity and light. Thank you.
And now, the other winners from the Beachmont Veterans School. Lila Cassidy. Lila? From the Garfield Elementary School, Jennifer Martinez Duarte. Jennifer. And Ashley Estrada Ramos. From the Staff Sergeant James J. Hill Elementary School, Kenan Batik. And Anna Kaliavas. From the A.C. Whalen School, Isha Hassan. And Layla Selman. From Rumney Marsh Academy, Naomi Dumaro. And Alexandria Lim. And from the Susan B. Anthony Middle School, Ashley Osgood. Last but certainly not least, Ethan Viana.
Thank you, Carol. How about another round of applause for all of our award winners tonight? And our beautiful poet laureate. That was lovely. Thank you so much. So now we want to acknowledge a couple of guests here tonight joining us for this evening. None of this would be possible without them. So we'd like to invite them to the stage, and if they're on the stage already behind me, please step forward. First, members of the Revere City Council. Council President Jessica Giannino. Councilor Stephen Morabito. Councilor Dan Rizzo. Councilor George Rotondo. Councilor Anthony Zambudo. Councilor Joanne McKenna. Councilor Ira Novoselsky, I practiced. Thanks. Councilor Arthur Guanasso. Councilor Patrick Keith Jr. Councilor John Powers. And Councilor Charles Patch Sr. Round of applause for our councilors. Thank you. And now we also have a few guests here tonight that are going to come and say a few words. And first to join us is the Commissioner of the Department of Conservation and Recreation. Please welcome Leo Roy.
Good evening. What a fabulous place this is, isn't it? Revere Beach, and it belongs to all of you. You know that I love coming here every year as much as you guys do to enjoy this remarkable treasure. Also, we're so pleased to partner with the Revere Beach Partnership, and I can't imagine a group more aptly named for the work that we do together in making this place clean, beautiful, and safe for all to enjoy. Partnerships are very important at the DCR because we acknowledge we can't do it all alone anymore, and we need partners. So we need our nonprofit partners like the Revere Beach Partnership. We need our partnership with our legislators, and you are so ably served on Beacon Hill by Senator Boncory, Speaker DeLeo, Rep. Vincent. You are so, the partnership that we have really strengthens and brings greater investment to this beach. The DCR, as you probably know, oversees some 450,000 acres across the Commonwealth on your behalf. Think about it. That's almost 7% of the land area of the Commonwealth. It belongs to the people in the parks and beaches and forests, from the War Memorial at Mount Greylock all the way to this, Revere Beach, the first public beach in America. I just came from Stoneham, where we cut the ribbon on a new spray deck, a splash pad for kids. And I'm so proud to work for the Baker-Polito administration that in the last 3 years has made continuous investments in our parks and recreational facilities. This year is a very important year for the DCR. We turned 125 years old. We are the oldest regional parks commission in the country. It was started in 1893 because people were concerned about suburban sprawl. Get that, in 1893. Imagine if they saw the traffic today. And a group of people got together to save the Waverly Oaks on the Waltham-Belmont line. And those trees still stand today. Soon after that, in 1893, they got together, an architect by the name of Charles Elliott, to create the reservation system. And in 1896, July 12th, 1896, this beach was open to the public for the first time, and there were 45,000 people there to celebrate the opening of this beach. This weekend we'll see over 1 million people coming to this beach to enjoy the natural and cultural resources of Massachusetts. I'm so glad that you're here. Come back often, and also the parks and forests of Massachusetts belong to all of you. So I encourage you over the course of this summer, fall, winter, spring, please find yourself in a DCR park. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Now let's welcome up to the stage Congresswoman Catherine Clark.
Good afternoon. I am so thrilled to be here. Thank you, Commissioner Roy, Governor Baker, our incredible state delegation that represents Revere, Mayor Brian Arrigo, and the Revere City Council and school committee member, especially Carol Tide. We're just thrilled to be here. And I know that all of you, this is the perfect day, the perfect weather at America's first public beach, celebrating the 15th year of this fun and beautiful celebration of the beach and the sand castles. And really what it comes down to, as everything does in this vibrant community, is a celebration of family. And I think what you saw in the children that were just here, such an eloquent speaker in Rebecca, thank you for sharing that with us. But that's the commitment of Revere. It's what makes it a special place in the Commonwealth and in our country. It has many firsts, but it always puts its families first. And so we are so delighted to be here, to be part of this vibrant community, to get to represent you and your hopes and aspirations in Washington is truly the privilege of my life. And I am just hope that, you know, all the families that are here will enjoy this occasion and tradition as I have since the first one with my sons. And speaking of traditions, we are so lucky to have an incredible state delegation led by our friend, who has certainly been a friend to the Revere Beach Partnership, and I want to thank Lauren for all her incredible work. And is a friend to all of us in the Commonwealth, and that is Speaker Bob DeLeo.
Congresswoman took the words right out of my mouth, so no further ado.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman. I greatly appreciate that introduction. And it's so wonderful to see so many folks here this evening. I have to tell you a funny story. While I was walking up here, many people were saying to me, I've never seen you without a shirt and tie. I did not recognize you. So to the governor and the commissioner, you're overdressed. 15 years I wore a shirt and tie, and now tonight I decided not to. Let me just say, when you pick up a newspaper or whether you're watching television or whatever it may be, it hasn't been wonderful for the fact to see Revere Beach being highlighted as one of the primary places to be at this weekend. And what's even more wonderful, I think, about this weekend, not only are the great festivities and food and children, people, and sculptors and whatnot, is because it highlights what a great city this is. So as people are driving through here to get to the beach, it gives them a real opportunity to get a flavor of the great city of Revere, and how the city of Revere is one of those cities which is on the move, and bigger and better things are going to keep on happening and are happening. So I'm here to say thank you so much for having me here today. We're very proud in the legislature. I can tell you that this year, we put in more money for the DCR budget than we have in the past to make sure that beaches such as Revere and Winthrop and all of the metropolitan beaches are taken care of. Have a great weekend, everyone, and have a lot of fun. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And next, I'd like to invite Senator Joseph Boncory to the stage to say a few words.
Thank you. I got the memo to dress down, which is good. I'm my third year here. But I just want to welcome you all to Revere. I want to say what a wonderful time it is in our 15th year of celebrating this glorious Sandcastle Festival that celebrates the very best of what Revere is. I want to thank the Revere Beach Partnership, our wonderful mayor, Brian Arrigo. I want to thank and welcome the governor. I want to thank and welcome the governor for being here, as well as the commissioner of DCR. Thank you for keeping this beach so fresh and clean. And I want to thank the all-powerful Speaker of the House for the glorious weather that we have here tonight. Thank you for the weather. We do appreciate it. And of course, our wonderful Congresswoman Catherine Clark. Thank you for being here with us today. And I can tell you, as the Speaker said in the legislature, we've invested more money in our metro beaches. And we also just did an environmental bond bill, where I can say our great representative, Rosalie Vincent, laid the way in ensuring that sufficient money would be coming to Revere Beach for the 10 years to come. But really, thank you all for coming out. And as we celebrate the very best of what Revere is, I remind you to keep in mind that the eyes of the Commonwealth are on us. So I hope we can all enjoy this weekend in a very safe and respectable way. And of course, in a week like this, I'd be remiss not to mention our public safety officials, our state police, Chief Guido in Revere Police Department. Thank you for keeping us safe, not only today, but every day. Thank you all, and enjoy.
And speaking of Rosalie, we want to welcome State Representative and proud Revere Beach resident, Rosalie Vincent, to the stage now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my home, home of the America's first public beach, and home to the best and biggest sand sculpting festival in the nation. What do you think? Every year when I look out at these beautiful sculptures, I am so proud, and it gives everyone an opportunity to know that the city of Revere is a wonderful place, not only to live, but to work and to play and to invest in. So when people come to our city and they see this beautiful shore with this beautiful artwork, it's like Christmas in July. So I just want to say thank you, and there are some thank yous I'd like to say as well to the Revere Beach Partnership, who, under their direction, this would not happen. The Commissioner in the DCR, thank you so much. The City of Revere and Mayor Arrigo, the Revere Police and the Fire Department, and the Revere DPW. Also our amazing state police, the MBTA, MassDOT. They are all instrumental in making this event the safe and wonderful event that it is. Also, the state legislature. I'm proud to serve under the leadership of the Speaker of the House, Robert DeLeo, and it's his vision that we do get money in the budget every year for this. He, along with Senator Boncory, make sure that he gets it in the Senate. And then we thank the governor for not vetoing it. Thank you. But last but not least, I want to thank the sculptors from all over the world. They are such talented artists, and they just do our city proud. So thank you all, thank the artists, and proud to be from Revere. Thank you.
Okay, now we want to bring up one of DCR's best partners and the mayor of Revere, Brian Arrigo.
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight? Huh? Yeah, let's hear it. What a beautiful, beautiful night. And I'm so lucky to be the mayor of this great city. You see this view that we have here tonight, and it really is incredible. And an event like this doesn't happen, and you've heard everyone thank everyone. I think there might be somebody in the ocean that we need to thank, but events like this do not happen without partners, you know, and to have the partnership that we have in our city from the federal level with our representative, Catherine Clark, all the way down to the folks that are working for our DPW and who make sure that our streets are clean and that this city is ready for 1 million people to come to it. But there are a number of people that I want to thank. I want to start off by saying the Revere Beach Partnership has been an incredible, incredible asset for the city of Revere. And this year, the city of Revere was actually lucky enough to appropriate an additional amount of money to help this festival happen. And so not only did we propose that, I proposed that, but the city council approved it, and we were able to get $125,000 appropriated for this weekend, which is an incredible, incredible weekend for our city. And of course, our partners on the state level. It was mentioned that obviously the governor is here. I don't think anyone can miss him. But to have folks that can work with each other. The Speaker of the House, Bob DeLeo, and the governor have an incredible relationship. And the city of Revere and all of you that are here tonight are the beneficiary of them being able to work with each other. So it's really incredible. It's really incredible to have folks like Senator Boncory, beach resident, and a huge advocate for Revere Beach, Rosalie Vincent, and of course, the big guy. Somebody who has done an incredible job in terms of getting out to every city and town. And as mayors, we get the opportunity, as a mayor, I get the opportunity to meet with my colleagues, and we talk about the issues that we're dealing with. And we all know that we have somebody in the corner office at the State House that has our back. And somebody who, I think it's the first governor, sitting governor to actually be here at the Sand Sculpting Festival in the 15 years that this has been going on. Let's hear it. It's not his first year, but his first year as governor. And that really shows the commitment that the Baker administration has to making sure that not only Massachusetts continues to be the best state in the Commonwealth, but that cities like Revere that have so much opportunity, so much potential, really see that full potential happen. Without further ado, I want to bring the governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and a good friend of the city of Revere, Charlie Baker.
So good evening, everybody. go. By the way, you are incredibly polite and incredibly patient. There's only 18 more of us who need to have an opportunity to say a word or two to you tonight. Let me just start by saying that the mayor said this was the first time I'd been here as governor. That might be right, but I've been here a bunch of times. It's also the first time I've ever been here wearing a suit. And I can't tell you, Mr. Speaker, how much I appreciate the fact that you ordered a nice, cool day. Because I've been here before when it's been like 140, and I was a little nervous about wearing a suit to this particular event. Say what? I think I look nice. All right, I'll tell my wife. Let me just say this. People have talked about partnership. That's for real. Things like this, events like this, don't go off as well as this one goes off without lots of partnerships. And everybody up here, plus a whole bunch of the people who are all the way up and down this boulevard, have a lot to do with making this event work and really making it sing for everybody who's involved. And as somebody who's been here, I live right up the street in Swampscott. Every day the mayor and I get up, we talk about what we can do between Winthrop and Swampscott for Revere. That's what we say every day. And then we talk, of course, about Lynn and all of the 348 other communities in the Commonwealth. But the point I just want to make here is this event is an incredible opportunity for all of us in the Commonwealth to share in its success and in its glory. And I really have to say that as somebody who's come here many times with my kids and with my wife and just been one of those people who had a chance to walk up and down here, check out the sandcastles, buy some food that probably wasn't good for me, but tasted great. This is a really special event, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And this is a big part of why it's so much fun to be the governor of the Commonwealth of Mass, because this sort of thing goes on in all 351 cities and towns, 24/7, 365 days a year. You all live in a great state, and we are all terribly grateful to be part of it. Thank you.
Okay, that's pretty much a wrap. So thank you again for coming out as we kick things off for the weekend. I'm really happy to have been a small part of this. I'm a Medford girl, but my sister defective, and she lives here now in Revere, just behind Bianchi's actually. So we have some local ties in my own family. Please enjoy the weekend, all the food, the sculptures, the beautiful weather that we have tonight. Fingers crossed for tomorrow night and the fireworks extravaganza. Please safe, everyone. Have a great weekend and enjoy Revere. Thank you.